The Atlanta Braves acquired pitchers Kevin Gausman, right-handed pitcher Darren O'Day, from the Baltimore Orioles in exchange for minor leaguers right-handed pitcher Evan Phillips, infielder Giancarlo Encarnacion, Brett Cumberland, which is a catcher, left-handed pitcher Bruce Zimmerman, and international signing slots. You welcome aboard, if you're a Brave fan, Kevin Gausman and Darren O'Day. Now, it seems like that the Braves are kind of like the Orioles. A lot of Brave players, a lot of Oriole players, rather, now playing for the Braves. You know, look at Markakis. I'm sure that still hurts for the Oriole fans. Now, Flattery, Gausman, O'Day. A lot of Oriole fans, I'm sure you like the Braves now. But I'm going to tell you this about the trade. Getting Gausman, right, plus his team control, is a steal. 39-51 lifetime pitcher, you might say. Well, Smart Chat, how is that a steal? Being on a terrible team won't really help his record very much. You know, remember when Julio was having a great year there with the Braves about 2 years ago, but had a terrible record because of no run support. Look at also look at this to who you have right now. Look at DeGrom. Has a 1.82 ERA, 5.2 WAR. Yet has only 5 wins versus 6 losses. You know, Gausman also too pitched for a team that, you know, has horrible defense. That plays a part too. 28th, if you ask how horrible. The Braves defense much better. Top 10, I think maybe 8th. That alone will help a guy like Gausman. And looking at this team, what the Braves have done this season is always kind of like a season of small tweaks while letting the prospects develop. Big moves, I think, are coming for this winter for this team in 2019. And possibly even the 2019 deadline. You're okay with these moves. I think the organization is going to have plenty of cash to go after big-name free agents in the winter. And will still be able to keep all of their top prospects. You want to see Markakis back on a 2-year deal. Austin Riley is developing at third. A lot of money coming off the books after this season. So it's going to make a very interesting offseason. Spend it wisely. You know, don't have to spend it all in one season. Who do you get? Do you go after Kimbrough again, right? A lot of possibilities. Do you go after Bryce Harper? I tell you no. I'll tell you no. You know, looking just further developing, looking at this trade, you know, the Braves gave up a prospect number 14 from 30. You know, maybe 14 stung a bit, but the rest, who knows? You know, but Braves are stacked and gave up nobody from the top 10. Gausman has good NL numbers, right? Please remember, you know, he was facing the Yankees and Red Sox a lot this year. O'Day is out for the year, but if he comes back to how he was before, he'll be a stud next year. Remember, he was an all-star reliever in, 2016. You might say, well, Smart Chat Encarnacion hurts a bit. But he's all projection right now. Remember it too, guys. With Camargo and Riley, not to mention, again, the money for the free agent market this offseason, it should be fine. Who really knows? You know, back in the day, you had guys like Christian Betancourt, right? Who was supposed to be the stud coming up through the minors, right? You remember how that went. You know, Encarnacion could be a stud. He may be a bust. Right? Riley, when you look at it, has the better track record, I think. Encarnacion's still 2 years away at minimum. You know, maybe go out on a limb here, but Gausman has the potential. Maybe he could be the Braves' Arrieta version of it, right? I like this trade. Okay? This is a solid fourth starter. If anything else, right? He could pitch deep into the games when he's on. So, I like this move. These trades at depth will help this year and next, right? Sanchez, McCarty, both free agents at the end of the season. So that's where Gausman is valuable. Same with Brock, but you will see O'Day return, and it will give you a consistent veteran pitcher. Maybe Brock resigns with Atlanta, who knows. But as a whole, if you're asking for my opinion, I like this move. Hope all is well.